Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Gilas Pilipinas pulls off a massive upset against world number 6 Latvia in the FIBA Olympic qualifiers. The Philippines shocked the host country right from the get-go and even led by as many as 26 points before securing the victory 89-80. Justin Brownlee led the way with a near triple-double, 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists, while Kai Soto also exploded with 18 markers and 8 rebounds. This marks the Philippines' first win against a European team in a FIBA competition in 64 years. And with the win, the Philippines has also inched closer to booking a spot in the Paris Olympics. In order to advance to the semifinals, they must take down Georgia later tonight, 8:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only the winner of the tournament will secure the lone Paris Olympic ticket up for grabs. But despite the tall order, recall that Gilas head coach Tim Cone said, "We're not here to win a game, we are here to win the whole thing."
The guys did a really good job of coming out with great energy to start the basketball game and gave us momentum that we could carry throughout the game. You know, we had some big leads. We were kind of surprised by that. But Latvia had played the night before, and I think combination with that and maybe taking us a little bit for granted.
Heading into this game, kasi we really respected Latvia. Alam namin kung gano'ng kalakas and gano'ng kagaling tong team na to. So yung preparation namin heading into this game talagang yun nga, pinagandaan namin yung mga plays nila, yung mga players nila. So, and we just started strong and tuloy-tuloy lang kami.
It was just tough, but just got to give a lot of credit to the full team and the way we came out and competed and, try to sustain our defense throughout the whole game.
Gilas is set to face Georgia later today at 8:30 p.m. to advance to the next round. If they beat Georgia, the Philippines will finish as the top seed in Group A. They would then face the number 2 seed in Group B that is still being contested. A loss, meanwhile, would move Gilas in a tie with Latvia and Georgia. Under FIBA rules, the ranking will be determined through a tiebreaker, where the first criteria is the point difference between the 3 teams. Team Philippines for the 2024 Paris Olympics just got bigger. 2 hurdlers have recently booked their tickets to the Summer Games. Lauren Hoffman qualified for the women's 400-meter hurdles event, while John Cabang Tolentino is set to play in the men's 110-meter hurdles event. We now have 22 athletes representing the Philippines at the Paris Olympics, and that's the biggest contingent we had since the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. You punch like a girl. This line has been said by a lot of men to say that someone is weak. But 2020 Tokyo Olympic silver medalist Nessie Pesho turned that insult into a proud statement as she started winning against men, stereotypes, and challenges. Carlo Pimentuan tells us her story.
Even if she already won a silver medal back in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, the hunger for more is never really in question for Nessie Pesho. Competing in what should be her final Olympic stint, a win, a gold medal will mean so much, not just for Nessie, but for the people who depend on her. Petecio strongly considered ending her amateur boxing career after a tough loss in the 2018 Asian Games. She had a great showing in the round of 16 against 2016 Rio silver medalist Yin Junhua of China in a match that Petecio thought she definitely won. The judges instead gave the Chinese boxer a 3-2 split decision win.
To be honest, sir, hindi lang ako nag-decision talaga na isa. Sobrang thankful ako sa mga taong yung solid talaga na nag-stay sa side ko during lowest moment ng buhay ko. At saka sobrang thankful ako na hindi talaga ako binitawan ni Lord that time kasi aside sa mga taong nasa paligid ko, siya yung isa sa pinaka-kinapitan ko talaga. And sobrang tsaka sa sarili ko, sa di naman akong decision talaga na ipagpatuloy, sobrang nagpapasalamat ako kasi kahit siya, hindi din siya bumitaw. sa pangarap namin.
With the guidance of ABAP Chairman Ricky Vargas and then President Ed Dixon, she decided to push forward, and this decision paid off with a 2019 World Championship gold and a 2020 Olympic silver medal.
Sobra. Dalawa yan sila lagi ni Sir Vargas, Ricky Vargas talaga during nung time na yon. Ayun nga, grabe yakap din. Grabe para akong batang inagawan ng candy sa dalawang taong yun, tinuring ko na ding tatay eh. Sabi ni Sir Ed lang sa akin nun after that na alam kong kaya mo, alam kong may mas darating pa sa'yo. Yun yung sinabi niya talaga sa akin. And aantayin kitang bumangon. So yun yung sinabi.
The silver medal in the Olympics came with its fair share of rewards. But a 2022 World Championship bronze medal and a 2023 Southeast Asian Games gold showed that Petecio still had a lot left in the tank.
Yun nga, yung sa lagi kong sinasabing walang ginto hanggat walang ginto. Isa yun sa nagpupush sa akin. Pero more on that po, ang nagpupush talaga sa akin yung mga kapatid ko, pamangkin ko, na makita ko silang kung mag-decide na akong tumigil na magboxing, hindi na maglaro. Gusto ko makita na hindi na sila nahihirapan. Like, alam kong hindi ko naman sinasabi na sa akin sila kumapit lagi. Pero ang sa akin, yun yung happiness ko eh. Makita sila na masaya. Yun yung happiness ko. Kahit sobrang bigat na sa akin, kahit na nahirapan ako, basta makita kong masaya lang sila. Makita ko nakangiti sila. Iba na yung dating sa akin. So, iyak na ako. Ikat niya. Hindi, totoo po yun. Iba yung...
At 32 years of age, Petecio is gunning for nothing else but the gold in Paris.
Hindi ko iniisip yung makilala ko. Tingnan ako ng tao ng mataas or Olympic silver medalist to, Olympian to, or ano pa dyan. Aside nga dyan, wala akong pakialam kung hindi na down ako. Ang akin lang, makita ko yung pamilya ko na. Okay po sila.
From Mets France, Carlo Pamintuan.
The Philippines and China held a bilateral consultation mechanism in Manila yesterday to address the rising tension in the West Philippine Sea. Both countries asserted their rights in the West Philippine Sea during the meeting. Still, the two agreed to form a mechanism that aims to reduce the conflict that led to numerous harassment incidents. Senator Francis Tolentino expressed hope that China is genuine with their intention of de-escalating the tension.
It has to be backed up by actions. Makita nila yung sincerity. The only proof that we would need would be sincerity. Pero kahit mag-usap, pero hindi pa nila pinapayagan yung ating mga mangingisda sa Baho de Masinloc, hindi pa rin hinaharang pa rin nila yung RORE. Kahit isang taon tayo mag-usap.
Meanwhile, the U.S. reiterated its support for the Philippines regarding this issue.
Together with our partners, we remain unwavering in our commitment to freedom of navigation and overflight, and to the importance of respecting sovereign rights of states within their exclusive economic zones, consistent with international law.
Political analyst Renato Decastro weighs in on the supposed agreement between the Philippines and China to de-escalate tension in the West Philippine Sea. Here's an excerpt from his interview on Storycon.
Professor, anong tingin niyo dito sa de-escalation? Na meron na tayong parang preliminary talks na meron ng may initial agreement na to de-escalate. You think that can be sustained considering what's happening in the West Philippine Sea and what's at stake for the two countries?
We have to differentiate at tinatawag nating conflict management and conflict resolution. So what's happening is conflict management because the tension has already increased. Of course, yung nangyari doon noong June 17, kung merong Filipino service personnel na napatay, of course, this would trigger a mutual defense treaty based on the statements of Admiral Aquilino, and of course the position of the U.S. Indo-PACOM. So both sides realized that they have to pull back because once, of course, you have a major confrontation between the United States and China in the South China Sea, we will basically lose control. Even the Chinese would lose control. No? So it will be a dynamic that will simply go out of hand. So going back, if you're familiar with the Cuban Missile Crisis, so sabi nga, you have to have fuller hands intervening. So there was an effort, of course, initially by the Executive Secretary to de-escalate. And of course, right now we have this bilateral consultative mechanism that is trying its best to de-escalate the tension. It will not resolve the dispute. Yes.
Professor, ano bang ibig sabihin natin ng de-escalation? Anong ibig sabihin natin ng de-escalation dito sa crisis management na nangyayari? Dahil parang ano pa yung pwede nating i-de-escalate? We are just supplying our troops sa PRP Sierra Madre. So, yung de-escalation ba ay ititigil yung pag-supply? Yung de-escalation ba ay basically rhetorics?
Hindi, kasi ang escalation na nangyari noong June 17, before, pag yung supplies dinideliver na ng mga rubber dinghy, hindi na hinaharas ng Chinese Coast Guard. So pag nakapasok na yung malaking supply ship, tapos dinideliver na yung mga supplies on board the rubber dinghy na minamanage ng QOT, wala na. Kumbaga, cruise na yan.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.